Hello, hello, and welcome back as I boil in my own sodium like a freshly salted slug in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. And I've got to admit, I'm pretty hot right now, which I suppose is fitting, considering that the boiling point of sodium is something like 850 degrees Celsius, but that's how much the last mission sorta pissed me off. Mostly, it pissed me off because it was a perfect microcosm of just about everything that irritates the shit out of me in the Long War. Let's run down the checklist, shall we? Broken Mary Sue bullshit aliens with every ability in the game? Check. Terrible line of sight bugs? Oh, check. Nonsense pod activations and pod collapse? You betcha, that's a check. Roles that make absolutely no sense and cause troopers to live when they should die and die when they should live? Check, yeah. And a towering rage that makes me want to do nothing so much as watch the world die in a fire? Oh, that's a big check, yeah. And then, of course, we can top it all off as the icing on the cake. I'm pretty sure we're about to have to do a base defense mission. So, you know, there's that. Which, I guess, really, I don't know. I'm salty. I want to watch the world burn, and I guess I'll just get to scanning so that I can go ahead and maybe set the world on fire before Alfred the Butler shows up to, you know, burn a forest down and chase me out of Burma. I don't know.
Excavation complete.
Oh, well, I've got a hole to hide in when the aliens now attack my base. I mean, the excavation is complete, and I will be in that hole, troopers, rest assured, cowering, head between my legs, ready to kiss my ass goodbye. A lot of troopers coming back on duty, which is good because, alright, so we have like 10 Seeker Rex. 2 engineer, whatever, I don't care, I don't need engineers. But we do have some troopers returning to duty, which is good because, again, with the base defense on the line here, our top 10 troopers, we can't deploy them. They've got to stay put, they've got to stay safe, they've got to stay on reserve for defending, and this is not a base attack. I'm about to get a little bit of what you did. I know what you did last summer, and just go scream at the sky, "What are you waiting for?" Like Jennifer Love Hewitt here. Alright, let's send up an interceptor. You know what would be beautiful, Poacher York? If you would spread your wings, fly so high that you could touch the sky, and then explode this UFO in that sky, and bring it crashing to the ground so I don't have to raid it. That would be a thing of fucking beauty. If you could please make that happen. Blow it up. I can't help but notice, Poacher York, that you did not blow it up as requested. So, yeah. Thanks a lot. That's good. That means more troopers are going to go on the old fatigue list here. And the base defense is looking ever increasingly difficult. On the plus side, we do have Mary Prometheus Shelley back, so I mean, that's something. We'll be in the plains. Fantastic. I do love fighting in the plains on the medium UFO map. It's a great map. It really is. I mean, you know, actually I complain, but honestly, for medium UFOs, plains is not terrible. It's much better than forest. Alright, let's start putting a team together here. We gotta speed this along. We don't want to take anybody good. Who do we have? We have, like, where are all my officers? Man, at some point, I've got to get these two in the tube. I gotta remember. Alright, I'm making a note to myself. We will get those two people in the tube, I promise. It will happen. They're going in the tube. I've got Mary Shelley and J. Robert Oppenheimer, and that's yeah. Okay. So already, I was boiling in sodium just mere moments ago, and yeah, that's a situation that shows no signs of abatement. I have a feeling I'm gonna be continually boiling in my own sodium here. Gonna be a lot of boiling going on. So my neural gun link, I think, is broken, but it doesn't matter because J. Robert Oppenheimer is not psychically active anyway. I'm gonna give him... Do I really want to give him the Illuminator gun sight? I'm thinking about doing it just so he might actually hit something with a rocket, but then I said to myself, you know what, Pete? Do you, in your deep down heart of hearts, because my heart has a heart inside of it, it's layered like an onion or an ogre, but deep down in my heart of hearts, do you really think that the 4 extra aim is gonna make a fucking difference to get that Rocketeer to hit something? And myself said back to me, don't be a naive asshole, Pete. It's not gonna fucking matter. He's still gonna shoot a rocket at his own feet or shoot one of his team members in the back. Nothing good will come of giving him that Illuminator gun sight. give it to someone who might actually be able to make use of that extra aim. Someone like, say, General George Custer, who, you know, did once shoot his own horse in the back of the head, but in Custer's defense, I mean, he hasn't done that as a member of Team XCOM. He really hasn't. I mean, he missed a whole lot of shots, and he's not a fantastic sniper, per se, but he never shot his own horse in the head. We do have to give him that. So let's get Oppenheimer and Custer sorted. Or at least as sorted as one can get with those two guys on your team. Shock Attack Zulu. We could take the Baker. Marie Antoinette is really shooting up in the Psychic EXP department. We've also got Bloody Mary Stewart, who is recently promoted as well. Let's take Bloody Mary. I think we can spare her, and by I think we can spare her, I mean, we can absolutely spare Bloody Mary for this particular mission. It is a medium UFO mission, so we do need to be a little careful. Is my neural gun link fixed yet? Of course it's not, because that would be a positive thing. Cognitive Enhancer, you know what? Let's go with the Cognitive Enhancer and just a regular sight, and we'll get rid of that, get rid of this laser sight and go with our kind of armor-piercing ammo. The Cognitive Enhancer is actually going to be pretty good for Mary Stewart. She does need a little extra EXP, so if we could boost her totals, get her up to max rank faster, that's a plan I can get behind. Do I want to take maximum rank people on a medium UFO mission? I think the answer is no, but I do want to take St. Joan of Arc, who is not max rank, but is sort of closing in on the maximum rank wheelhouse. We're going to go alloy cannon, breaching ammo, and she's fast enough that we can go ahead and get by with getting an arc thrower there. So let's get old French maid ready. The outfit is on, the feather duster is in her hand, and she is ready to be romanced by, you know, Lumiere or some other household appliance. Always felt bad for Cogsworth. I don't think Cogsworth got enough ass. He seemed a little pent up. No romance in his life. It's kind of a tragedy. Who do we want to follow up? You know what? It's been a while since the Great One has been on a mission, and she's probably good enough for a medium UFO. I mean, she's not terrible. She doesn't have double shot, does she? Yeah, you know what? It's going to have to do. It'll be fine. Shredder ammo, a little bit of breaching ammo. I think we'll go... Even with the arc thrower, she's actually really slow. With the arc thrower, she's really slow. That's what I should have said there. That's how I should have completed that sentence. We can probably make it work. We need a scout, we need a medic, we need an engineer for certain. Scout, not the big bad wolf. Ava Don't Cry Perone would possibly go up a level, but yeah, I'm tentative. We got the sexy son of a bitch Atlas King available. I'm thinking that sexy bastard may be going on a mission. Alternatively, you know what? If Sherman survives this mission, he will level, and it puts him at a sort of useful position. Let's do it. His aim is kind of shitty. What if we give you an alloy cannon and a chameleon suit and a couple battle... Yeah, that'll have to do. We got a really suboptimal build working here. This team is not looking fantastic. So Rocketeer, Sniper, Gunner, Assault, Scout. I want a medic and an engineer because a medic, because we're going to fucking need one. Nobody's walking away from this without at least some minor cuts, scrapes, and abrasions. That's going to happen. Do I have a medic who actually has a smoke grenade? I really need my medics to be toting some smoke grenades at this point. Sir Ernest Shackleton is still log-jammed. Elvis Presley is definitely my medic for the base assault. Joseph the Cleaner Lister probably doesn't need to be deployed on a medium UFO, which means no, I don't have anybody who has... Alright then. Let's just take Clara Barton, who completely shit her last mission all the way down her leg into a runny little diarrhea puddle at the bottom of her feet. Do I want to give her a plasma carbine? No, it's wasted. Well, somebody should be using a plasma carbines. Motion tracker. She's not psychically active, so no shadow device. So let's just, yeah, fine, load her up with medkits. Do I have anybody who's psychically active that can carry a shadow device? Because I need a shadow device. At least one, ideally two. Yeah, you know what? Bloody Mary. As much as I don't like doing this shadow device is on you. Because it's... Having you bring a shadow device is vastly, vastly more useful than having you bring armor-piercing ammo. And then an engineer. Our engineer has to be psychically active because I have two shadow devices, damn it, I'm taking them both. Marie Radium Curie would not be a bad idea, neither would little Tomoe. Yeah, let's take Tomoe Gozen, she'll be fine. Gozen is good enough to get it done. Titan armor for Tomoe because I want to keep her safe. She's going to be toting a plasma carbine because, like I said a second ago, we might as well use them. They are technically better than our Gauss rifles, so no disadvantage. Bring them on the mission. Shadow device there. So who doesn't have a plasma carbine that might benefit from it? If you break this, you bought it. That's all I'm going to say, Oppenheimer. You break it, you bought it. You understand me? Do you understand me, son? You break it, you bought it. Alright. I should have made Oppenheimer leave a fucking security deposit on that gun. I really should have made him leave a security deposit of some variety. He can't be trusted. A man cannot be trusted. So let's go do Operation Severed Crown here.
The bogey came down hard in a remote area just outside.
Yeah, well, it didn't come down quite hard enough because it's still intact, Bradford. So there's hard and then there's hard. I mean, there's hard, Bradford, and then there's hard. You grow up on the streets, you're gonna be hard. If you know, take a punch once in a while, you might be hard. It's way better to be hard, Bradford. You gotta be hard. Bradford is not hard. Well, unless you're talking about hard drinking. Because when it comes to hard drinking, Bradford may be the hardest son of a bitch you'll ever meet. Alright, so alien ship's gonna be here. All things considered, this map with this starting spot is not the worst deployment we've had in, I was gonna say recent memory, but actually, it's at one of the better deployments we've had recently. This actually is okay for us. So we've got a pod of aliens that are going to be, like, right over here. It appears to be about 3 of them. We should be able to move here safely without activating them. But that's going to be about as close as we can get. And we are going to want to try and set up a little bit of a shooter's box. So, Oppenheimer, you're going to go stand behind this rock. Fuck you, Oppenheimer. Seriously, Oppenheimer, though. I mean, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Just, I hate you. I hate you so much, J. Robert. I hate you. I hate you more than it's possible for one man to hate another. I really do. I can't wish enough bad things on you. I honestly can't.
Heading to that location.
Have I mentioned that I hate J. Robert Oppenheimer? Because the guy could find a way to fuck up a ham sandwich. He really could. If you said, hey, J. Robert, I need a ham sandwich, he'd bring you back, like, salami on ciabatta bread or something. It would just be the worst combination of foods possible, and it would be nothing resembling a sandwich. Alright, why don't you go ahead and fucking miss these guys, because only you can find a way to miss this shot, J. Robert. He'll find a way. He'll shoot it high. He'll shoot it wide. It was actually, all things considered, one of his best shots of all time, and that being said, it was still kind of a bad shot. It was one of his greatest, and it still wasn't very good. So here comes Tomoe Gozen with what I have to assume is going to be a much more useful grenade, simply because it's going to hit its target. J. Robert scratched 1 right there, by the way. Yep. So, there you go. Tomoe Gozen showing him how it's actually done, and excellent proof right there of why engineers are better than rocketeers in pretty much 10 out of 10 times. So, this should activate close encounters. It did? Yes. Okay, we got 3 damage out of that. That's slower than I might have liked. Double 79s from a hollow targeting Mary Stewart. I'm okay with this. Yeah, this will probably get the kill for us. There we go.
He's down.
And Custer, we're going to have you go ahead and take the shot. In the unlikely event you can't finish off that 2 health guy, we could always have the French maid take a crack at him. Doesn't look like that's going to be necessary, though. We'll bring St. Joan back to some cover here. And poor Catherine the Great didn't get to do anything. I'm sorry, Catherine, you're not even going to get a participation ribbon today. Do I wish to abort the mission? That's going to be a big no. I don't want to leave the fucking mission zone. Still feel a little bad. Catherine the Great. I mean, she got all dressed up. She was looking for some action, ready to party, ready to throw down, looking to get stuck in, and then, well, this happens. By the time she actually arrived, there was no one left to enjoy any of her, you know, wit, charm, massive libido by all reports. She's just all dressed up with no one to fuck. I guess that teaches you a valuable lesson, though, doesn't it? About being fashionably late. Maybe next time when you RSVP to a party that starts at 7 o'clock, you should fucking show up right around 7 o'clock instead of waiting until 9:30 thinking you're all cool. Be like, oh no, it's fine. I'll be the cool gal. I'll be fashionably late. Yeah, maybe don't do that. Maybe just show up to an appointment on time.
Location confirmed.
So we're going to bring Custer up here, and we are at the back of the zone, which means we're going to have almost certainly a pod inside this medium UFO somewhere, and there is likely another pod somewhere on the map lurking about as well.
Okay.
If we go into the ship, we can probably engage that pod from inside and spawn a pod collapse and try and get the aliens to come to us.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
I'm just sitting here staring daggers into the back of J. Robert Oppenheimer's head because I despise him. I loathe you, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Never forget. Never forget that I loathe you. Never. Never forget this. Audio clue, perhaps? Something? Tell me where the enemy is. There's a pod up here. Actually, that pod may be inside the ship. I'm wishing I had brought a few more motion trackers. But given our team composition, we didn't necessarily have the
I'm rolling.
greatest opportunity to do that sort of thing. How do we want to attack this craft? The answer is I don't. I don't want to attack it at all. I don't want to go in there. I don't really care for this map much.
I'm on it, Commander.
This is one, again, where I think they took it out of the initial rotation in a long war, and then they're like, oh, we fixed enough problems that we can put this stuff back, and, yeah.
Got it. Moving.
That's not true. It's not true at all.
Back
Let's go ahead and reload for Mary Stewart there. Is this actual cover? Yeah,
Heading there
it's fine.
now.
Have Clara Barton hop down in here. J. Robert,
Heading there now.
you can go embarrass yourself. Katarina, let's have you go head up there so that you can cover J. Robert when he inevitably embarrasses himself. St. Joan, see if there's a pod over here. There is not. Good. You can be on Overwatch then.
On Overwatch.
Oppenheimer can Overwatch, and Tomoe Gozen will just come sit behind this rock with her Shadow Device and her Distortion Field. She'll be on Overwatch. She should also just take her ball and go home. So we need a motion tracker here. I need to know where these aliens are. If any aliens are nearby, I do need to know where. So it turns out, of course, there are absolutely no aliens nearby, despite the fact that we just recently got an audio clue indicating that there were, in fact, aliens nearby. So we have a pod up in this region, right?
Double time.
Let's see if we can get the broadside in position to maybe deliver, if not a broadside, at least a swivel cannon shot. Little Overwatch here. We're going to send the Great One forward. Catherine the Great, William Tecumseh Sherman. That's actually one of the greatest assault teams of all times. Catherine the Great will eliminate all of the peasants and serfs, and William Tecumseh Sherman will burn the ground and salt the earth behind him so that nothing ever grows. They would be the greatest greatest team of, like, invasive raiders ever. It'd be like the cane toad in Australia, the world's most invasive species. They're basically human cane toads. Sure, because the aliens are over there now. Despite the fact that they were over here a minute ago, I guess they teleported. That's a thing that aliens do. And I only wish I were joking, because it actually is a thing that aliens do. When they're unexplored, they will teleport. Will and do teleport. Alright, so hunker down. Which largely makes battle scanners and motion trackers somewhat, I mean, worthless. You sort of have to use them on the turn that you want to know where the enemy is in order to get any actual benefit out of them, because the rest of the time it doesn't matter. The aliens have just teleported to someone else by the time you get to where the motion tracker tells you are. The aliens aren't actually there anymore.
Heading to that location.
And let's, well, yeah, you might as well study your weapon. Odds are, I kid. I kid. There are no odds that say anything good happens when J. Robert Oppenheimer is involved, but he may need to fire a rocket, and if he is going to need to fire one, we would at least like to have some small chance that he hits the target he aims at. I mean, you saw him try and fire one like 4.5 feet just a minute ago, and he still managed to miss most of what he was shooting at. Thin men? Yeah, there's a pot of thin men. These are going to activate. That's fine. 1, 2. Alright, so we have 5 thin men. And not a whole lot we can do to them. We really probably should just reposition and fall back. Double 49s is decent, but not good enough. So we are, in fact, going to just reposition and fall back. We'll see if we can get these thin men to maybe come to us. Actually, we're running out of room in which to fall back. Let's just put everybody, here's what we'll do. We'll just put everybody in this hole.
Scanning.
Oppenheimer, you are the one person I don't want in a hole. I mean, I want you in a hole more than I want any of my other troopers. But when I say I want you in a hole, what I mean is I want you in a grave, J. Robert Oppenheimer. The only hole I want you inside of is a grave. And that's not going to happen. So we're going to have everybody else duck back behind this rock and see if we can bring these thin sons of bitches to us a little bit. We'll hunker down. Sherman, half cover is full cover for you, so why don't you fall back? And Custer is also going to have to fall back, as much as I don't relish that move. We might as well get him a reload while the opportunity exists. Here comes Team Thin Man. They're going to have to come forward quite a bit if they want to get a shot at anybody. I'm pretty sure all double moves for all of them. If we can pick off their spotter, and I have no real reason to believe we won't be able to pick off their spotter, so if we can pick them off, we should be able to just bring these guys in. Come one, come Willie, come all. Come get a fucking face full of grenade from Tomoe Gozen. Showing yet again why engineers are vastly superior to Rocketeers, because, you know, they can shoot over things. Unlike a Rocketeer, who can't. Sherman, what's your hit percent? Like 19%? I gave you a shotgun, didn't I? Yeah, I sure did. Custer? You can't see that guy, huh? Yep, okay, well that makes sense. I was just thinking, why would Custer be able to see that guy from there? I mean, clearly this rock is definitely in the way. Mary Stewart's got him dead, though. Mary Stewart shooting him right in his stupid snot locker, and we'll put Sherman on Overwatch. Rest of the team's just, well, except for J. Robert Oppenheimer, who's a goddamn train wreck of a human being. He's gonna Overwatch. The rest of the team, or he's gonna steady his weapon, rather. The rest of the team's gonna Overwatch. Acid Spit, I'm gonna guess. Nope, actually shooting. Yeah, well, it won't be for much longer because we're going to leave these aliens literally nowhere to cower in just a moment. I'm going to destroy that cover. Oh, hey, another pod. I guess we found our teleporting wad of sectoids. They've teleported over to this direction. Okay. Well, we're not poorly positioned to deal with this, really. Assuming, and this is a huge assumption, that J. Robert Oppenheimer can actually do fuck all anything with this rocket, we might be able to kill most of these sectoids. I don't expect this to do anything at all, or even hit anywhere near where I aimed it. Possibly one of the greatest rockets J. Robert Oppenheimer has ever fired. I won't say one of the greatest in the history of XCOM, because we've had some pretty good ones, but it's probably the best one J. Robert's ever chucked. Well, it goes in. I need a little bit of up and over. I mean, you did it last time. Yeah, go on Overwatch. That's exactly what I was looking for. You did a little up and over for me on the last turn. I need you to do a little up and over for me again. Give it to me. There it is. Alright, so Team Thin Man taking a little bit of unwanted aggression, and that should leave Bloody Mary Stewart with a fantastic shot at a Thin Man Sniper. Squad Sight, Executioner, Rapid Reaction, Sprinter, Adaptive Bone Marrow, Bombard, Leap, Acid Spit, and Sharpshooter, because that guy needs some more abilities, I think. So Drill 1, 9 damage right in his snot box. Second shot was a miss. No one in the entire universe was surprised by that miss. Literally no one. 93% chance to kill a 1 health. 93, that hardly seems worth it. We got Overwatch. I'm actually more concerned about that guy than I am about the dude on Overwatch, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot at the sniper. Planted him right in his stupid head. I shoot you in you stupid head. Ah, Lou Gossett Jr. Whatever happened to Lou Gossett Jr.? I mean, he was basically an enemy mine, and then he did Iron Eagle, and then he disappeared from the face of the universe as if he had never existed to begin with. Tecumseh, we need you to run this Overwatch. So, this is going to leave you in a not great spot, but I need you to pull the Overwatch with your lightning reflexes. So here comes this Thin Man. Well wide of William Tecumseh Sherman. Clearly he has heard of Sherman's march to the sea, and he's a little worried that Sherman is about to take a march right up his Thin Man ass. And honestly, not an unreasonable worry. If William Tecumseh Sherman was coming at me, I'd be worried he's about to march up my ass too. How many fucking guys are on Overwatch back here? Doesn't really matter because none of them could hit anything, but that's still a lot of dudes on Overwatch. Yeah, I know you're flanked. We'll fix that in a minute. So we have 1, 2, 3 Thin Men and also 2 sectoids over there who we can't really do much about. Alright, St. Joan, we could have you run and gun, but is there anywhere we could do that and then also have you be in some sort of cover? The answer, sadly, is not really. Same thing holds true for, Katarina. Alright, well, that's delightful. Is anybody else... Okay. This is not great. This is not brilliant. This is not good. I mean, Clara Barton can't move at all because she's pinned in. We can't kill enough of these guys to leave ourselves in a defensive position of any strength. What little cover there was, I've managed to destroy. I'm actually not salty about that. Destroying it was the right move. I feel like we're just gonna have to run back. We won't have anybody on Overwatch. Alright, so St. Joan, you've got to do something here. We got to make something happen. Let's have you... There's really just nowhere for her to go. Alright, we're going to have her fall back to here. I need to make a hole for Clara Barton. And I think we'll do the same thing with our other. And of course, Clara Barton can't... You know what? I don't even care. Sherman, go jump in this hole. I had you run a bunch of Overwatch for absolutely no purpose. And for that, sir, I sincerely apologize. I do sincerely apologize. I'm making you do a lot of dangerous work for absolutely no benefit whatsoever at all. On the plus side, opposition on this mission has been really weak. What have we got so far? A pod of Seekers, a pod of Thin Men, some Sectoids. Not the end of the world. Although these guys can Mind Fray our sniper to death. That's a thing that could happen. They have enough Mind Fray action that they could make it work. Everybody's gonna shoot at George Custer? Nope, he's spitting acid at Custer. Actually a pretty smart move. That does take our sniper sort of out of the game since he doesn't have Titan armor, one of the few units that does not. Acid spit? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of acid flying around here. Most of our guys have Titan armor, so we don't really have to worry about it. More acid, I'm gonna guess. Yep. Clara Barton has both acid and a med kit, so we really have nothing at all to worry about there. And these guys are coming into little St. John's wheelhouse. More Mind Fray. Okay. So the cloud of acid and the gigantic titanic horde of Mind Fray paying some dividends, actually. All right, so is that acid cloud hitting our... I really wish I could see a little better. It is not. So, Custer, you're just going to hunker down because you can't do anything else. You're covered in acid, and your Kestrel armor is simply not good enough. Clara Barton can act freely. She has Titan armor, as previously stated, Titan armor and a med kit, so we don't really have to worry about her health or general well-being. Sherman's not going to be able to do shit here. He doesn't have in the zone, so we've got that working against us. Tomoe Gozen, I don't really see any compelling reason to not have you just continue leveling every piece of cover in the universe. It has advantages, and this also has the advantage of probably being able to kill 2 of these sectoids.
Suck on this.
Why don't y'all little old suck on this? Yeah, well, they sucked it. They sucked it hard. They sucked it the way you'd pay to have it sucked. So, can we get any kind of cover and also kills? The answer is a tentative yes. So, St. Joan is going to go full run and gun action here. We're going to bring her up behind this log. She's going to shoot this man in the back. And yeah, I'm not above shooting a man in the back. I don't care. I'll shoot an alien in the back. Hope he was holding aces and eights so it could be full Wild Bill Hickok. We could go full historical lesson on that. I really do. So Sherman is not going to be able to do shit. Bloody Mary, double 45s. That's the best you've got here. I mean, if either one hits, it's a kill, but... Oppenheimer is an acid, but... You know what, Oppenheimer? I don't really give a shit. If you take 1 damage from firing this rocket, I think every single person in this room is comfortable with you taking damage from firing this rocket. Also, this rocket is not really going to do anything at all, is it?
Eat this.
They're not going to eat anything. You'll be lucky if you can hit the broadside of a barn. Well, you destroyed our own team's cover, so fantastic work. That's all you did. You took 1 damage and ruined our shit. Brilliantly done. You're everything I've come to expect from a Rocketeer, J. Robert. You really are. Yep, everything I've come to expect from Rocketeer action. You're the perfect example. You're the epitome. The king, the A1, top of the heap, king of the hill. The prime show, the example, the epitome, if you will. So we're going to bring Bloody Mary Stewart up here, and in an effort to maybe try and keep our unit from getting the holy living shit shot out of them, we will try and mind fray this guy, so maybe he still misses. One free damage is one free damage as well. So we get that going for us. That leaves Clara Barton, who can move and shoot freely. She is in Titan armor. I'm not really sure having her take a shot does us much good, considering it's going to be a terrible shot. So we'll have her overwatch. Sherman, you know what? You're just going to double move. You are in Titan armor, so we don't have to worry so much about the acid for you. Didn't poison shit. You're wearing Titan armor, man. Buck it up. Come on. They don't call it Titan armor because it's weak, sir. These guys are falling, but yeah, well, no surprise here. Thanks, J. Robert, for making us laugh about love again, by the way. I appreciate it. Very lucky miss there. Should have taken vastly more damage than we did. St. Joan once again shows her proclivity for running in where angels should fear to tread. Why am I looking at all of my team? Why is the automated camera flipping around between them? Does it think I don't know what's going on? I mean, I patently know what's going on here, game. Just blew a thin man into chunks. I mean, that's a thing that happened. And I'm gonna reload. This is real exciting, by the way. Alright, Oppenheimer. So, you know what? You're still covered in acid, and you can't be trusted to do anything useful. Just hunker down. It's really the best use of your ability. Is anybody gonna be able to get over there to deal with that guy? Go cover there. The Great One. Let's just have Catherine the Great advance. Custer, you stay hunkered down because that's all you can do. There's no cover here, so I guess we're just gonna bide our time, hunkering down, waiting for the acid to wear off. It's gonna be really exciting, but it's what we sort of have to do. Bloody Mary Stewart can't really take a shot at anything. We're just gonna have her reload. Sherman, can you get over there to get a shot? Not really. So we're gonna bring Sherman over here. We'll have him go hide behind a log, take a little cover. The sectoid's gonna run away. When we knew that was gonna happen, he will probably double move. Yeah. So he's fucking running at full goddamn speed, which is delightful because there's nothing I love better than chasing one alien across the map pointlessly. It really is a fucking delight. Chasing this guy for 20 minutes is gonna be, well, it's gonna be the best part of my day. I can tell you that for sure. Well, I don't need the whole team to chase one alien, so let's have the rest of the team sort of set up for a little infiltration. Meanwhile, we'll send the Great One over here to help pursuit team. I'd say we'll send J. Robert Oppenheimer into this ship to help out, but I mean, J. Robert Oppenheimer and help don't really belong in the same sentence, but what we can do is send him over there to potentially be a sacrificial victim for us in case we need somebody to run in and fling themselves bodily upon the enemy. J. Robert Oppenheimer is good for that. And Bloody Mary Stewart, just hunker down. We have 2 shadow grenades, and we haven't used either one of them. Custer, I should not have had you shoot. I forgot you were still covered in acid. On the plus side, you did hit the guy, but you didn't kill him, so it's disappointing. And Custer now actually is wounded as a result of that. That was me being dumb. That was a mistake. Yeah, just fucking kill this guy already. Could he just be dead? Please just let him be dead. It's pointless to make me chase one guy across half of a map and chew up 20 fucking minutes to kill a sectoid. I really hope they code this kind of behavior out of XCOM 2. When the aliens, either the aliens should be if they're gonna retreat like that, there are 2 ways you make, well actually, okay, there are 2 ways to do it. One, the aliens don't retreat, and when they're reduced to their last man, they go crazy apeshit berserker kamikaze style and come running at you just looking to take somebody with them into the grave. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it, if the aliens are going to run, they have to have a place to run back to. So you give the aliens a fallback point, just like XCOM has, and if they can make it to that point and abort the mission or escape or whatever their equivalent thereof is, then they need to do that. That's the only way those mechanics really need to be in the game. Otherwise, just have them, if you're not going to do one of those 2 things, just have them stay and fight. Don't change their AI, don't change their behavior at all. Have them behave exactly the same as they ordinarily would. Unless they have a legitimate spot to evacuate to and are trying to get to that spot.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Or they go full kamikaze charge. Don't change their behavior, because otherwise you're just pointlessly delaying missions. It's really kind of irritating. Don't waste the player's time. From a design standpoint, you don't want to do that. We could have Sherman come up here and... I mean, we know there's a pod inside this aircraft, otherwise we would have already completed the mission. I really want to try and get our medic close enough that we can figure out where that pod is before we go tearing pell-mell through this craft, so... Oppenheimer, why don't you advance around the corner? Custer, you're basically done for the rest of the mission. I mean, you're not going to be doing anything.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Going inside this ship is not really what you were designed to do. You were not built, bred, born, or otherwise designed for infiltrating crafts. So why don't you just keep studying the weapon, I guess? There is a non-0% chance somebody could run outside where you might be able to get a shot at them. I mean, it's hugely unlikely as it is. It's not out of the question entirely. Mary Stewart's going to take a step over there, and Bloody Mary. Alright, so the command pod is probably in that room then. Alright, last motion tracker it is then. Let's see if we can find these guys so that I can go and kill them. And get this shit over with, because it has not been thoroughly entertaining or enjoyable. It's been us killing some underpowered enemies. And after the... See, this is another thing that makes me actually even saltier about last mission. I'm still salty about last mission, even though that mission is over. And this is why. That mission had a ridiculous, overwhelming alien response. Way too many, way too powerful aliens. And then this mission is basically just a garbage water cakewalk, despite being a medium UFO. This is like no challenge at all. The aliens only have two settings. It's ridiculous-broken. And yes, that's a word I just made up, and yes, you should add it to your vernacular. Ridiculous-broken. Something is both broken and ridiculous. But that's the two available alien settings. It's ridiculous-broken or just trivial. Put some happy medium in there. We're gonna study that weapon because you never know when Custer might be able to crack off a shot that could save the day. I mean, you kind of do know, and the answer to that is gonna be he's not ever gonna do that, but... Bloody Mary, I do want you on door duty, so let's have Tomoe goes in shift. And this alien pod is the one pod we can trust that will not teleport away. They're not gonna be going anywhere. St. John, why don't you just reload? We'll have Alexeyeva reload as well. Catherine can get her reload on. That's got Mary Stewart in position. We'll have her hunker. Sherman, you're fine. Steady your damn weapon, Custer, just because. I should just start putting Custer on Overwatch because it's easier to just hit the O key than it is to hit 3 and enter.
Overwatch.
Yeah, the rest of the team can Overwatch. We're gonna open this door and go in here and kill everything that's inside.
Hey,
all like 5 of them. Come on, open the door. Let's get this done, guys. Let's make this happen. Bloody Mary Stewart, open this door and just start hosing bitches down like a fire hose with bullets. It was a fire hose of bullets. Close combat specialist triggering and getting us 1 kill. Nice shot, by the way, Katarina. That was some damn fine work. You know what? I'm not gonna fuck around. Gozen, where you at? Let's just make there be no cover left anywhere in this room so that everyone is real easy to fucking kill.
Solid copy.
So we're gonna have Gozen come over here, and she's gonna open things up for us. And in this case, when I say open things up for us, I mean absolutely, literally open things up for us. We're blowing up flight computers, and I don't give a single fuck. The 2 to 3 minutes that blowing up those flight computers might save me is vastly more important to me than, you know, we've got a chance for a capture on a sectoid commander. Do I care about that, though? I mean, that's... Am I caring about that now? That's the question. Do I even give enough of a shit to bother? He has a pistol, which I don't need. I mean, I suppose we could. We could always trade him for something. I mean, a captive is a captive. He's valuable. More valuable alive than dead, I suppose, if only for research purposes. So, sure, why not? Let's go fail a couple stuns, and then when that fails, somebody can just walk up there and end him the normal way. Oh, here we go. Another stun attempt. Oh, for 2? Oh, no, we actually got him. Alright, and that's end of mission. Operation Severed Crown is over. 19 aliens are dead. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I guess. Severed or not. Although I would think a severed crown would be lighter. I mean, if it's severed, it's at least missing some metal, so it should be less heavy than the ordinary crown. So the head that wears the severed crown should be not quite as heavy as the heavy head that wears the actual crown.
Last mission, and our troops recovered an
Shut up,
additional
Dr.
quantity
Valen.
of the mold substance. An outstanding effort, Commander.
Hey, Dr. Valen. Did you not hear me with the whole shut up, Dr. Valen bit? Please, make with the shutting up. Please shut up, Dr. Valen. Please shut up. 2 levels there, and nothing fancy, just a battle scanner for our scout, and of course lightning reflexes for our assault trooper. We picked up an alien pistol, which doesn't matter at all. 27 Illyrium, some alloys, 7 weapon fragments, because most of our explosive kills destroyed those. We blew up 4 flight computers, I don't give a shit. 2 power sources, picked up 2 Seeker X, and 1 meld. All things considered, not our greatest mission, and definitely not our worst mission. It was unremarkable, just like this episode. If you enjoyed it, though, despite its unremarkability, you might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Your support does really mean a lot to us, and if you'd like to see more XCOM The Long War, including what I have to assume is going to be the alien base assault hitting us sometime in the very near future, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.